Hey there. I am live. Oh man, I'm in Warrentown Studios and I am in a live stream coming to you from Mobile Unit 1 in DeSoto, Missouri. It's a place where they have got 4G and 5 bars. There's 5 bars. So I came here so I'd get a strong enough signal to make this happen, and so I'm pretty excited. I have my friend Bryan going to be joining me, Bryan Justice. Now this is just a crazy contrast, okay? Because I had Bryan on in early broadcast of the ORIN Oracles live. That was back in early December, and it was in Odessa in the mobile band studio, and it was 23 degrees below zero, and I had no heat in my band, so I was sitting there freezing, and he was having a poor signal in Dunkin' Donuts in New York. So now it's like 98 degrees out. It's totally humid. It's a total contrast. And I'm 16 miles from where I live because I don't get a phone signal there. I can just get a simple 1 bar phone signal almost a mile away. So I figured it out. The only way I'm going to get 5 bars is to broadcast from DeSoto, Missouri, the Orientown Live Studio, Mobile Unit 1. So welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. And I got Bryan in the invite, so I'm waiting and keeping an eye out for him. And I've had a really interesting day so far. I went for a walk this morning. Now, I haven't been for a walk for a while. I've been really on the move, real busy, and all over the place. And so, yeah, Oriontown is wherever WEEDU is located, and that is a fact. You got it. All right, let's go with Bryan. He's in the invite. We're gonna add him in. So all's good with Bryan. He's my brother from another mother. I love him dearly. And so I want to tell you about my morning. He was declined. I don't know how that happened. So trying to reconnect. That's what it's telling me. Pausius interruptus. It happens. Now it says I'm on pause. There I am. I don't know what happened to that. I live in Gooниeville. If you haven't figured that out, life is a fucking cartoon. It always is a cartoon. So this morning I went for a walk. Went for a long walk. More than 4 miles. First time I've done this walk in a long time, and I've never done it here. Brand new walk. So somehow I discovered nobody walks. Nobody walks. And so I was shooting some video. I was doing a lot of things. And I stopped to have a phone call in the 100-yard stretch where I actually get a little signal with my friend Saz. And we talked for a while. Cars passed. Eventually a car went by twice and came back up and asked me, like, do I need any help? Am I lost? What am I doing? I said, no, it's the only place to get a phone signal. I'm just out for a walk here. I'm getting a phone signal on a phone call. Okay? So, I introduced myself. It's all good. It was kind of hilarious. and I keep walking. No, I walk down the hill and I'm no longer in phone service. And I walk right past where the mechanic who worked on my car yesterday um, lives. And then all of a sudden I have the Washington County sheriffs rolling up on me. Two of them. They get out of the car and they come up and it's like, you know, I look at them and go, "What's up?" You know, "Good morning. Beautiful day." We established I was out walking. Walking like it's a crime or something, right? Now, look, I'm a freak and I know that. You know, there's no question in my mind. I stick out. No matter where I go, there I am. And I was wearing like a black hoodie and orange shorts, you know, my blue blockers and some black skating shoes. You know, not a typical attire for a retiree. With my Gandhi look and my new monk shave shit. So anyway, I had a little bizbaz with the two sheriffs, you know, William and Big Boy. And we established I'm harmless. I'm new in the hood. I'm getting exercise. Nothing illegal going on here. Funny how it works. But I'm making a new ORIN Oracle. I shot it all this morning, and it is about rural America. Funny how it works. Well, I brought you in, man, and it was declined, and I don't know why, Brian, but I'll give it another whirl. I'm coming right back. And so I'm approving you, and I'm adding you, and I wanted to tell my little story anyway. So hopefully you're going to come in right now. And there you are, live and in person. Yo, bro.
Here I go, here I go, here I go. Hello, WEEDU.
How you doing? You are. I don't know why you keep disappearing. I don't understand. I have the best signal I can find. I'm sitting where I have the best signal I can find.
I'm home.
And you've disappeared twice.
Okay.
I don't understand it, bro.
I don't either. I don't.
But it's all good. We're here now.
Okay.
Just roll with it.
All right. So I'm not. I'm good right now. Hello.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
So tell us about your morning.
Morning. Well, I broke out of a 2-day dry fast. I went ham on some coconut water and some lemon, and of course the pea first. So right now I'm just so zen. I just had my urine bath. I made sure it was a little aged. It was very calming, man. I felt like I was at the who needs a masseuse right now. I just feel so relaxed. Now, if I had a signal, I would go in the back. I would be outside in the yard. But you know, these signals, these cable companies are designed to keep you contained. They want you to be inside the house. If you do get out the house, you know, we can, you know, it's like running from place to place trying to get that signal going. I guess it's like, hey, maybe internet is the new slavery. I don't know. But
well,
cool.
here's the thing. Okay, let's get clear about this, you know, and this isn't the subject matter, but it's just something that people should realize. Okay, everybody thinks there's all these satellites out there providing us all this communication signal shit, and it's just not true. There ain't no satellites, man. It's all towers. It's just towers. And if you aren't in the tower signal, you ain't going to get anything. It's just the way it works. That's why there's dead zones.
Oh, yeah. No.
You know, so, you know, I'm out in rural, I mean, really rural America. I'm in the middle of the heartland. I mean, it's crazy uh, how middle of America I am in.
Yeah, you're right in the sense. That's crazy. The show me state, the Orange Town,
Yeah, the show me state, show me shit, show me what,
yeah.
man?
Orange
Show me
Town,
your badge.
Orange Town, Miss Urine. That's what you need to do there. Call it Miss Urine.
and and it is hot out here, bro. You know, remember our last conversation? I was freezing my ass off, man,
Oh,
sitting in a cold van.
that was hilarious.
23 below zero.
I don't know how you did it. And I was freezing. It was above. It was like 7,
Yeah.
12. But it was fun, though. I'm sitting inside a 7-Eleven with a kombucha. And people are like, wow, are you famous? And looking, coming over to me. I said, yeah, man. I talk about urine therapy. They said, oh, I'm going.
Yeah. Piss on him.
Get in on the piss streams. Come on, y'all. It's for everybody. It's free. Nah, I'm gonna go pay for these donuts, and I'm gonna pay for this candy and this coffee, which is cool. It's like everything. You do everything. You wean off, you wean on, but where you come back to get to center. Because everything needs to rest. Anything living needs to rest. That's just a fact. But we've got the highest brain, man. We're designed to have, indulge. We're designed to have fun. We're also designed to be serious and straight and get our business right, get our shit together. It's part of life. Life is beautiful.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that I accept is that I think that life is seriously funny.
Yo,
It's fucking hilarious to me.
I'm laughing. People see me crack jokes all the time. I mean, and I see you out there. I mean, you've got the Cartoon Network. I call your thing. I aggrandize yours to the Cartoon Network because it's fun. It's fun. It's like just keep things cool, keep things in a perspective where you're loose. You anybody who takes martial arts knows that you got to be loose. If you put tension on anything, you'll break. So it's very important to stay loose, stay cool, and drink up.
Yeah.
L'chaim.
P and be free.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, and we were talking about this yesterday. I've been going through a lot of life changes, and I'm down with change. Change is the only thing that I found in life that's permanent, so I'm all down with it. But I've been doing a lot of healing, and upping my game.
You look good.
It's funny because for the last year and a half, I've really been on like a maintenance. For the most part, I've just been on, drink your pee maintenance.
Right on.
But, recently my body took some trauma, between all the bites, and I never had this many bites on my body ever. I mean, I was just swarmed with bites and then hurting my wrist, my hand, my hip, and hitting my head so many times. I literally had lumps on my head.
Wow.
So I upped my game. I figured, okay, now's the time to test it. Even with the bee sting, I had a bee sting. So everything I've been doing has been upping game.
Nice.
And I see the results. I just see the results. Age urine, body rubbing, body soak, sit soak, spritzing, drinking, constant loop. I mean, it's just full on.
Wow. Yeah.
But I'm feeling it.
All angles.
I'm feeling it, brother.
You look good, man. Look at you. Most people be ready to check into a retirement. You're just on the way up, man. You're that hydrogen. You're that bomb, man. You're heading out. Age is just a number. You look at some of the people in this community. My God, you can't take this away from us, man. I've never felt better in my life. Well, when I was a kid, having fun, not caring about the world, but dealing with issues, electrical issues, because I used to deal with my hands freezing up. I had like this sort of a kidney thing when I was growing up. My mom was not well. She basically wasn't even supposed to have kids. So the thing that she was dealing with was sort of like it's kind of like an ALS. I don't even remember the name of it. But she was a nurse. She was a very kind woman. And she married my dad. She met him when they were doing piano in Trinidad. And they came up. They had me and my brother, sisters. It was 5 of us all together. One lost to suicide. But my mom by the time she had her 5th child, she wasn't able to walk. And I realized there was major dealings with her kidney. I myself when I was young, if you look at any of my childhood pictures, I had very dark eyes. I had bronchitis. What else did I had? Dark nails. My nails used to be dark. I used to just get sick all the time. And I was good in school, but, I was always the one staying home. And by the time I was 16, I got a little conscious because I started working at 15. 16, I started working, and I met a Muslim guy, and he was telling me about pork, and he scared the shit out of me because I was happy. I'm eating my pork fried rice and my rat tips, I used to call it, rib tips, actually. And he did the experiments, and so from that point on, I started eliminating things from my diet, and I noticed I started to feel better. Then when I moved to Harlem, my asthma, bronchitis started kicking my ass. I'm 21 in college, stressed the hell out, trying to lift weights, trying to be like, Schwarzenegger. I'm nowhere near. I'm an ectomorph, okay? So I'm trying to like do all this, eating all this garbage. And the more I ate, the worse I got, And by the time I left Harlem, went back home, I was really sick, couldn't breathe. I remember my brother let me borrow his navigator jacket. Bronchitis made me bleed all over it. So then I started to investigate. By 25, I was a vegan, full on. I read this book by Dr. Neil Barnard. Neil Barnard, he changed my life, just going to the library, because I always go in the library and just sit there and read stuff. My friend would be like, where is he? So after reading that, I figured out that it was time to, start making more changes. So upon that, making those changes, I saw that more needed to be done because I became a soy boy. Soy and eating the tofu and all that stuff just made my candida act in, So a couple of things later, I went to the raw diet, finally got up in fruits about 2014. And all the while, I had met a guy named Dr. Jubb. Dr. Jubb was very instrumental in, showing me how a life food diet can change things. And a little lady named Zilma Ferrer said, you should drink your pee. And I was like, what am I in? I've only been in this place for 20 minutes and a woman's telling me drink my pee. So, but me, I'm an investigative person. I'm always going to look into shit. I'm not going to run from it. So a couple of weeks, almost a month of studying. So by 2006, I'm like, yo, let me just try this. Let me pour some orange juice. Let's put a little bit of it in it to mask it. Yo, if I tell you the euphoric feeling I felt right away, it was nothing like it. I was on it. It was on it from that point, brother. Hasn't been the same since.
Well, it's funny how we get here, right?
Lovely.
But more importantly, now I was thinking about this morning, Bryan.
Yeah.
That when we shot that show, it was like, I don't know, January 2nd or 3rd or something, right? It was right at the beginning of the year when Doc Precise and I were on the ORIN Oracles. It was only about the 3rd show, I think.
That guy, Doc Precise, that's right. I remember him.
That guy. Now, I was thinking about that this morning, and something that was really clear to me is both you and I then were somebody we used to know.
Mm.
We're not that person at all.
Not even.
Not now. This is like a brand new interview with 2 new people.
It is. It really is. I was an assistant project manager, stressed the hell out, working for an electrical contractor, always on the run and on the move, responsible for everything, credited for nothing. And, seeing where I was, I love the profession. One of my guys is on here that I used to went to project management school with. And, we love the profession. He's doing well. I was doing well, but I just didn't feel like my value was being correctly measured. So, things happen. I tried to line things up the way I wanted to because I felt like I deserved more. Instead, I got the boot, and which was fine because I found so many other things. Starting to work on websites. I'm starting to really heal myself, take care of myself. I was also in a relationship with a woman who did not respect UT at all. She used to come in the bathroom and turn her head, tell me that she would want to prefer me to use frequency waters, which was like $600. I don't remember. I never even investigated that because I knew what I had was better. So, you know, dealing with that and dealing with that breakup, and then I met a woman in Africa who was really nice, and she was about it too. But you know, just the distance and all the, you know, the paperwork and all of that stuff, kind of really didn't work out. So then I met somebody you interviewed on your show, and we are gone. We are in love. That'll be Teresa.
Yeah, good for you guys.
Thank you.
You know, I mean, that's a beautiful thing. I'm happy for you both. You know that.
Thank you.
You know, it couldn't happen for two more beautiful people
Thank
to find each other.
Thank you.
You know, and I'm grateful for that.
Absolutely. Yeah. But we really are.
And
people, man, it's really a lot has changed.
well, you know, and this is the thing is that I want to assure you, this is something I've learned in my my travels. Okay, because I've been the peace seeker, you know, for a while now.
Yeah.
And I make it my intent to go out and meet the people personally who drink pee. I want to learn.
Yeah.
You know, I want to learn about different people. And I just think that people that drink their pee are really unique, and they have a an attitude and an idea that's different than most others. So I accept that. But one thing I can assure you, my friend, that we're all loners as it appears. It becomes more increasingly apparent to me, and we'll come out of our shells once in a while to, you know, participate with others. But I find that most of us are really freaks. I mean, I'm a freak. I don't say that negatively. I am a freak, and I know it. You know, I'm not your everyday Joe.
Oh.
And I'm not going to attract, you know, your common, you know, whatever common is. You know, I'm not going to attract that shit. But, you know, at the same time, as many people as I've remarkably had great experience with, we're still back out there kind of on our own. That's what I keep looking at. That's what I keep discovering. And we keep reaching out and looking for that commonality and that common bond.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're weird and we're odd and we're off. We're not the regular Joes.
Oh.
We're not it.
Perfectly said. Now, everyone on this feed knows about distilled water. And distilled water is hungry for minerals. So let's just say if you put something in distilled water, it's like it's going through a vacuum. And that's exactly how outer space is. It searches for, you know, it's vacuumous. It runs from one medium to another. Light, you don't see light because it's so much darkness because of the movement of everything. And I think that compares a lot to how we are. When we're in the world, you know, we're seeking each other. So we're moving about, but it's in zero time for me. We go from these situations, like we're having this interview here and everybody's in the feed. I'm loving the combos going on. And we go from place to place to place, seeking out those special people. But it's branching up, because as you're seeking more people, or people, P-E-E-P-L-E, you know, we're definitely connecting. So now we're going from place to place, and we're just meeting more and more people, and it's becoming more of a regular thing. It was never like this for me. It was from 2006 to like, well, when Job Store was open, but when his store closed, to about 2013, I was in a dry fast group, and then I saw Changa Charango online, and I started connecting with her, and she told me about this group, and then there were all these groups, and that was like the gold mine. But dry fasting has been the next medium for me, where it's like food's not even much of a requirement anymore. I only eat 2-3 times a week now. You know, it's pee, food, and dry fast, and it makes time even. I just have a different concept of time. But with us meeting, it is a real, like my brother Byron Half Pint says, it's a real time flow like the ocean. It really is. And I gotta big him up, because he just did a 48-hour a week ago, and they never want us to know this, they're scared shitless that we are able to not need anything. What the fuck is the medical industry going to do? And hey, they've done enough damage. You know, they've done enough.
Well, you know, as we were talking yesterday, and I'm going to reveal this again, is that, you know, I've been doing some things experientially in order to provide a alternative example for those with considerations.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's so much invested in the fasting, the juicing,
Yeah.
the fruitarian,
Yeah.
the breatharian,
Right on.
the, you know, the modalities that, you know, and people start getting caught up in thinking that if they're not doing it, they're not doing it right.
Mm.
That they need to clean up their whole body. They need to do this. They need to do that. It gives them more and more excuses of why they're not drinking their pee.
Mm.
Now, me, I drink beer.
Mm.
I smoke cigarettes.
Yep.
I dry fast. I do. I mean, a lot. I eat one meal a day. I'm primarily fruitarian when I do eat.
Right on.
I do a lot of pee. A lot.
Right.
You know, in my aged, in my body rub, in my looping, I do a ton of pee.
Good.
But what I want to show people, there is only one way to do pee therapy, and that is your way. Your way.
You are way.
It's not any absolute about anything. Whatever you decide works for you is going to be the best remedy possible for you to heal.
Right on.
And if you keep finding excuses to not drink your pee, you're just going to keep finding excuses of why you aren't drinking your pee.
Well said. Well said.
And I wait for people to tell me your story. Don't, you know, you keep asking me about all the answers. I don't have the answers. I have practices. I practice, practice, practice.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do. I practice.
Yeah.
That's all I do. Practice urine therapy. Practice keeping my mind straight and having a positive attitude and doing Zen meditations. And I mean, it's my modality. What difference does it make what anybody else's modality is?
Right.
Now, I have nothing but respect. You know that. I mean, I don't care what anybody does. I think it's awesome. If you find a formula, man, work that shit.
Definitely. That's exactly how, you know, people from the outside look at it also. When someone's, we could be approaching with urine, and some people outside of it feel the same way. Like, you know, I have my way and you have yours. Okay, thank you, goodbye. But, you know, being inside this lovely realm, it's so easy. Once you're in that bubble, man, it's like love, man. Like, you're in love. But when did you fall out of love? It's just an amazing experiential thing that once you're inside, you know, a fish never knows he's outside of water, inside of water until you put him out. He's like, you know, inside, he's like, I'm wet. But, you know, we were in the womb, right? Was it 6 months, 9 months, drinking our pee? Then we were taken out. You know, we're exposed to pressure. Pressure is, you know, they say bust pipes. I don't know about all that, but basically we're reducing. We're now getting narrow. When we were fluffy in the room, so we're bringing back the fluff. We're bringing back the bubbles. We're bringing back all the lovely things that, you know, are necessary to keep us captivated. But it's always to be open to new things because there's so many modalities. And I love the fruitarians. I love the raw foodists. I love the vegan eaters. I love all of them. You know, so everyone comes from every angle and does the pee and then returns. It's fine because we're able to center ourselves with this practice, get off it, get back on it, do what we do, or stay consistent. Some people I've heard loop for like 5 years. That's pretty amazing. But I know for a fact that I've had a nice long run where I've just seen all kinds of improvements. I hear the technology on the stem cells. I hear all this lovely science, which, you know, I love it all. But just let it do its thing. Just let it do its thing, and you'll be surprised, you know. Although, if an organ is probably having a problem, it's like, you know, the stem cells could be like a racetrack, but then you have a problem with an organ, it could be like a hurdle. So the stem cells are going to do much more work because let's say the liver is compromised or the heart is compromised. It's got to do hula hoops to get around that, or, you know, jump the the hurdle or the turnstile, whatever you want to call it, to create an even playing field so that the whole system, you know, and as you loop, you'll see things just, you know, overall improve. All kinds of things will turn around.
Yeah. Well, and again, it's experiential.
Mm-hmm.
It's practitionering.
Yeah.
It's application. It's cause and effect.
Right.
It's how we apply ourselves
Mm-hmm.
and what we think about that application
Right.
as well. Because that's equally as important. What we think about with our application is as important as the application itself.
That's it. That's really.
People just don't see how simple it is, and it's not easy. This is going to challenge you against everything that you were ever taught or told or instituted into. It's not for everybody.
Mm-mm.
It can be. It can apply to everybody,
Right.
but I guarantee you got to grow a pair in order to step up to the plate and start drinking your pee and say, I love me. I drink my pee and I love me.
Yeah.
That takes some balls right there, brother.
Yep.
And you know it like I know it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's also funny when you're in a you're running around at a construction site and two guys are waiting for the bathroom and you come out with your cup not realizing that people are around, and I'm here drinking and looking at these two steel workers were like, he did he? I just smiled and kept walking. But you know, you talk about some shock therapy. I got another one. Some of people have known the story about how I got accosted by the cops. I was doing sales. I was doing B2B sales, and I'm outside walking in Harlem. And so I decide, well, it's a quick place because I'm known for like just being anywhere, just takeaways. I'm not trying to expose myself. I've been told that could be a public indecency exposure charge. So I'm not trying to have that happen. But I turn around. As soon as I'm done, I turn around and the police are there. So they say, oh, we know what you were doing. I said, nah, I'm starting to feel a little nervous, a little shook. Like, yo, I didn't do anything. I just was mixing my drink. That's the quickest thing I can come up with. He said, that's a drink. I said, yeah. And I took it and I gulped it. One of the officers froze. Like, he didn't know what to do. He looked like Beavis and Butthead. Like, when they see a pretty girl, he didn't know what to do. So they said, all right, let's try it and let you go.
That's hilarious. Yeah, it's just like the cops this morning, you know. I mean, I'm just walking and talking on the phone with Saz, and I mean, we were off the call. I wish I was still on the call with her because she would have dug it. It would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
And but you know, I mean, I got stopped by the cops because I was walking. People found that suspicious out here in rural America. I mean, every car that drives by, it's like you're watching walruses, whales, and hippos drive by. Nobody walks. They drive up to Roy's to get their chicken.
Okay.
And yeah, it's about the extent of it, you know. And I don't say all this to be derogatory. It's just observant. And I am an oddball. I do stick out. Doesn't matter where I go. You'll know I'm not part of that team.
Right.
People like to look at you like, dude, what's with the pink shirt? The orange, you know, the bald head, you know. I mean, like, what the fuck's with you, dude? You know? Oh, yeah. I drink my pee too. You want a sip?
Yeah.
You know, what do you want?
Yeah, you're turning
colors,
man. Pee has,
yeah.
I like to say, we are the salts of salvation. Like, anybody knows about the what's the guy's name again? But they have the 12 cellular salts, and so I found this document, and I posted it. I actually put it in the NYNZ UT group that Dawn and I have. That book has illustrations that show the same salts in pee in the cell salts. And I was like, holy, whoa. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that means that in the morning when we sleep, we're collecting all of these special nutrients and hormones and minerals, and we're able to get it when we first wake up, which is probably the breakfast of champions. I don't know any of the shit about weed.
Ding ding. There's your monster drink right there. There's your rock
There
star.
you go. 5 hour, 5 times 5, man. 5
Drink your pee, man.
Yeah. So you got everything in there, man. You got lunchtime. You got, you could be eating a sandwich. You got your minerals. You could be going to sleep at night. You got your minerals. But the only time I try to save the like 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. is probably the best time to save it for the shower, or the bath. But you can drink that too, because that's for your gallbladder, your liver, and your lungs to recover. So enough to go around. That's right, Cornelius. So yeah, it's definitely good to have all of it, and just keep it flowing, because at a point your body's gonna assimilate everything, and you're gonna find your facial structure change, your body tone change, your nail growth change, your hair change, your capacity to take in the sun. All of these things are just improving. It is like the X factor. I call it the X factor, because let's look at the equation. Okay, sorry if you don't like math, I do. So, okay, when you have a snake bite, right? You get a snake bite. So what's happening? I think it's called catecholamines. I know. So I read these words and I never know how to pronounce them. Catecholamines. Somebody could probably pronounce it better. So when you get a snake bite, it's blocking the nerve signals from absorbing your minerals. It's like your nerves are choking. So when your nerves start choking, then you're gonna start to you could die. Your nerves, you get paralysis and stuff like that. But by drinking the pee, it brings it and drives it in deeper in. So it bypasses that choking effect that the nerves have from the poison, the venom. You know what I'm saying? So if it happens like that with food, and a scorpion or whatever bites you or stings you, like look how you've improved. What do you think is happening with the food? It's the same thing, because people are eating foods that are whatever. You go to McDonald's, for example, and you're eating some so-called meat, cow, whatever it is. And by nature, we're frugivores, so we're not able to really assimilate most of it. But we do. We get it in, because we have this long digestive tract, and that's a whole nother story and argument. But, hey, you start to pee. You start to pee because in real time, you're taking all those minerals and nutrients. Sometimes we eat more than we can handle. And what happens is, hey, there's your time release capsule. It's your week. You just take some for later. Keep the loop going. Keep the process flowing. And
yeah.
Good.
It is a power drink. My first couple of loops, I just chug them right down.
Yeah.
I dig them.
Yeah.
And like yesterday, I was looping like crazy. I must have drank a half a gallon by noon.
Oh.
And I was also spritzing, which is just my fresh urine with peppermint oil. So I just spritz that, and I constantly keep spritzing it on, because I'm sitting out there sun baking and sun gazing. So it feels awesome. It just feels awesome. I love the spritzing. The spritzing's just crazy cool. It just works. Man, I tell you what, people won't ever seem to understand. They just, they call, they just want to say hi. Hi, what are you doing? Well, right now I happen to be doing a show. And people do that, it interrupts. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Some people get it, some people don't. But it's all good. And I don't know what happened to my guest. He disappeared. And he got dropped. And I see that. So we're going to see if we can find him again. He's coming back.
sorry, I don't know what happened. You know, Spectrum's gonna hear it from me.
Here's what happens, okay? Now, I get a lot of different people PM me all the time, want to do video chats. Now, I'm okay with that to a certain degree, but there's people that are just like, they don't even know who in the fuck I am, man. They friend me, and they don't even know who I am, what I do. I say, hey man, are you down with the pee? Are you drinking your pee? Have you seen my videos? Are you down, or did you just find my profile and like decide that you like my hair or like my bald head or what the fuck? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You know, but it's just crazy, and that's just what happened. Our show got interrupted from a guy who is in God, this guy's in Bahrain or someplace, and he won't drink the pee. He's Muslim. I said, you start drinking your pee, we'll have a further conversation. Otherwise, what the fuck are we doing, man?
Yeah.
Quit bothering me.
Here's one.
Watch my videos and drink pee. Otherwise, go fuck off because I don't have time for this shit.
I've gotten people.
It's funny how it works.
I've gotten people because they thought that we have a school because there's the word university on there. So people are looking for an
signing
education.
to register.
Oh, you're from US and you give free. Oh, just jump on and like you know what urine therapy is.
Oh, it's so hilarious.
Well, I can learn, but they want to. And here's the funny part, WEEDU, is that they'll want to get in because they still have the word university. So they'll grin and bear it because they think there's some kind. They're probably going to get some engineering courses or some. Well, technically there is engineering. I was an engineering major, computer science major, whatever the fuck. But they're gonna get some stuff about pee. They're gonna get some some biology, some chemistry. We got some smart people in these groups as well as the other groups. So you want an education, get the friggin' education course that runs through your veins. By you drinking this stuff and you getting it to run across your muscle, that's a coursework. Coursework.
Yes.
COARSE or whatever. But you know, I mean, this is better than any education system. I was a very hyperactive kid, man. Very curious, but very hyperactive. Couldn't keep one thing going, running around and just might as well be crazy. But I was a weirdo too. And now the calmness that I have is just amazing. It's you know, my ability to focus on one thing, get something done, and do a lot. But that's the thing about the P also, is that it's a objective reality tool. It puts forth whatever you desire. Let's say I'm a guy who works out. I want to get muscular. If I keep doing what I'm doing and I keep working out and doing what I have to do, stretching, doing my yoga, going to my my martial arts, doing what it puts it forward for me. It all comes to be with this stuff. You want to have more brain power, you want softer skin, you want to look more attractive, it puts it out for you. This is no mistake. And people will tell me, oh, but there wasn't a cup in nature. Well, why did you use one to begin with? Now you got to use one to get it out of it. So put your pee in a fucking cup and drink up, because we done did it. We done did it. Look at where we are. We're in these cities. We're in these square ass buildings. We're in, you know, we're in all kinds of caves and boxes. But the beautiful thing is we can get out of it. You know, I know for a fact that the American Cancer Center, or is it the American Heart Center, has rounded build. These people are the biggest distributors of cancer and run with the you know, the pink ribbon and race for the cure. But their building has rounded corners, which is better to deflect energy. What is that? So, you know, your very government, you go in some of these places and they're using alkaline water. You know, the whole debate on alkaline water is out there, but you go in the White House, you're getting the best spring water that money can buy. And I'm pretty sure, you know, some of these guys can reverse their hair as well. This guy here, he's got some kind of hair thing going on. It's cool. But, you know, these people that know all the science, and they want to keep that 99% dumb and not knowing about themselves. But we've got a really royal tool in front of us, and we weren't supposed to know. That's why the pharmaceutical industry is using it on the low. They don't want us to know that they're using all these things to cure a majority of our diseases, these diseases that they invent. You know, somebody told
Well,
me
yeah. The whole system by design is to dupe us all. And I don't care if you're talking about the medical or the banking or the political or religion or agriculture or the War Department or media. It doesn't matter. It's all designed to dupe us.
Oh, yeah.
To keep us completely fucking snowed.
Yeah.
Anything that they tell you is up is down. Anything that's right is left. Anything that's black is white. Anything that's in is out. You have to know that. And most people don't know that. They seem to ignore that, or they don't want to know. You don't want to bring up controversy. Oh, God, don't bring up any controversial, hey, don't be politically incorrect. Oh, shit, he said fuck. What the fuck is wrong with that guy?
Fuck him.
Fuck him. And this is the point I'm making, is that we live in a society is so fucking backwards, that they don't even have a fucking clue how clueless they really are.
Yeah.
And that's why movies like Dumb and Dumber sells millions.
With the drinking scene in it.
Yeah. And hands it to the cop, right?
Right.
Bunch of fucking comedians.
Hollywood, always at it.
You just have to fucking love it, man. It's a cartoon. It's a matrix of cartoons.
It is.
And the more serious you take any of it, the more fucked up you're gonna be.
Oh.
You gotta laugh at all this shit, man. I mean, to battle against it, you're gonna spend a lifetime battling against it. Instead of rolling with it, rising above it, elevating past it, getting to a deeper place. And all of that has to do with what we think, how we think, what we perceive, our attitude about it, our practitionering, whatever that may look like. Me, I like to listen to birds. Now, when I was talking to my dear friend Saz this morning, I was telling her about the birds. Okay, now I believe birds are the total barometer, period. That if I don't hear birds in the morning, wherever I am, I don't care where in the fuck I am. If I don't hear birds singing in the morning, it's time to get the fuck out. Because they're the barometer, man. They are the highest sensitive being there is for environment. And if you don't have happy birds singing at dawn, time to fucking run. Because the shit's coming,
and
guaranteed.
Those birds are like, I love birds, and I know that they have like real, they just know the earth. As much as they're fucking up the earth, they've got receptors inside of their brain. Those are compasses, magnetoreception. They know how to move around, and we have it too. Science is a little slow, and some of them know, but they just don't agree on anything that's real and conscious like we do. And so you've got these navigational tools. They've got the ability to fast. Like the emperor penguin can fast for like 120 days. Like, so when they tell us these things where we can't go past 2-3 days without any food or water, or we can't, with some waste product, which my man Harry loves to say, to being funny. It's just ridiculous. And how long am I gonna hear it? I don't even hear it anymore when you're telling me.
I don't listen. I continuously assure people that I have gone to a higher frequency. I have peak coat protection, and I have no fear. Zero. I have zero fear. Fuck them all. What are you gonna do, kill me? I'm never gonna die. I already realized that.
The soul never.
I mean, you can take out my meat suit, but that ain't gonna change shit, man.
Oh no.
My energy will just go on. So why bother?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm at least a productive human being.
Right.
I'm not around just, blowing it out my ass and pissing it all away and fucking up the, world I live in. I do everything I know how to make a more beautiful world. Every moment I breathe, no matter where I am, no matter who I'm around,
Yeah.
and I do it with love and kindness and consideration always.
Yeah.
I don't want to be anybody's nightmare. There's plenty of that shit already going on. I don't need to add to that pool. That's a cesspool of mediocrity.
Yes. Yes.
And it's there's a lot of people in that pool.
Dirty ass water. That's cesspool. We are here to leave things better than we found them.
Yeah. And I live in that.
Yeah.
I just live every moment as I breathe, and I accept my responsibility in doing so.
Yeah.
And I'd make the best of everything I can and, spread love around. I'd rather spread love around. I mean, all the rest of it is noise to me. The fear, the competition. Fuck all that noise. It's noise to me. I'm a cooperative. I don't compete. I don't give a shit. If I play golf with you and you want to win, I'll give you a quarter and already give you the blue ribbon. You win. Just mark me down for 10 fucking strokes on every hole. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm not out here to compete. I'm out here to feel complete, to get in that Zen moment.
Yeah.
To be here now. Be the ball, Danny.
Now is.
And life just works like that, and people misread it. They take shit way too fucking serious, man. They get too scoped down. They lose perspective too easily because they take shit too serious, and especially themselves, and that's a dangerous motherfucking game right there.
Yeah.
You gotta lighten up, man. If you don't laugh at yourself, trust me, somebody else will.
And they're not gonna like
the more serious you think your shit is, the more hilarious it is to me. I just find the shit hilarious.
This show ain't gonna stop, Case. It ain't gonna stop. You gotta find some good things.
Now, here's the thing, okay? Let's talk about the symposium. I mean, you're going to be speaking there, more than likely I'll be speaking there. I spoke there last year.
Nice.
And it, more importantly than the education, which there's plenty of, you get to meet some really remarkable people, hear some really remarkable people tell all sorts of information. But more importantly, it's a communion. It's about hooking up with like-minded people that you're going to rarely find in the mall or in your local directory. So going to Vegas this year, to me, I think anybody that wants to really learn about themselves and how fucking cool the pee drinking world is, go to Vegas. Go to the symposium.
Yes.
September 21, 2, and 3, $35. Get out of town.
You cannot beat.
I mean, give me a break. Okay? And there's cheap rooms in Vegas. There's cheap flights to Vegas. It's a no fucking brainer.
Right.
And it's a worthy experience. Now, I'm going to be hanging out in 2 weeks on my 65th birthday with, half a dozen plus people.
Oh, right on.
Having a retreat in the mountains of the Blue Ridge.
Ooh.
Now, the whole purpose of that is to elevate and entertain so we can have joy, experience some fun, but, learn about each other, learn about ourselves. That's all it's ever about, is learning about ourselves. If we don't learn about ourselves, then who we kidding? We can never be authentic. We can never deliver the goods. We can put on all the hats and the drapes and the gowns and and all that shit and pretend we got all sorts of brilliance. But is that who we really are? Are we really actually showing up? And that's always the really more deeper and more important question. Who's actually showing up?
Absolutely. So let me jump into the symposium. Yes, I am going to speak on several topics in the symposium, and it's pretty important. It brings the message that we're both bringing home as far as doing this for longevity. This is not a one-time thing. This is not just a a fad like a lot of things are. We're in this for life, as far as I see, and people are going to be in there and curiously like, what is this? Wow, look at you, you're this and that, and you get to see and touch and feel. We forget that the computer leaves off like 4 or 5 senses. You know, you just see and hear, and that's it. You know, the only thing you're touching is the keyboard, and some people touch the keyboard a little too much. Get a little too freaky with that keyboard. But my brother, AK King, man, I love that brother, man. I love you. I love AK King. AK saw me last year when I was in the that other relationship, and I was not happy. I was also, you know, doing, you know, living kind of under the radar. Like, oh, no. You know, I met people, and they'd be like, you need to be out there with us. I was like, nah, nah. But, you know, yeah, the pee tastes better when you're out there. That's for sure. So we're going to talk about just doing this for long term. You know, I was in one of the groups talking about my first cup or my 10,000th cup in a video. I said, this is royalty. This is what we do. We've got a divine substance. You know, it's traveled, circumnavigated the body and come back to your lips and just created the divine of you. It's immunized or divinized yourself to a higher level. And next thing you know, I was banned, which I didn't understand. And more recently, I was blocked from nearly every group, which is fun because when I get blocked from groups, it gives me more of an opportunity to focus on myself, you know. And, you know, I don't give a fuck who it is. You know, they can hide wherever they want to hide. But you've just exposed me to myself. Thank you. Thank you. Because I've got my websites up running. I'm working with my man, Cristo DeBraccio. If y'all don't know Cristo DeBraccio, whew, he's doing a 5-day dry fast right now. That's my brother right there. So we're working on the UT Fitness link that we got up. We're trying to, we got the website, utfitness.com. We're doing the work right now. We're not talking.
Well, Christo and Michelle and I were all hanging out in Post Falls, Idaho.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. We hooked up there. You know, he is a beautiful soul. I love that brother. Chris is awesome. So is Michelle. They're both genuine human beings.
He has some freaky stuff.
Yeah.
My birthday is 3 days after Michelle's. Teresa's birthday is 3 days after Christo's. You don't just make this stuff up. So some kind of divine thing working there. But yes, what I see between the four of us, we're going to link up too. And we're going to do some major things. But the things that I see, like with this whole family, is, you know, the divineness in how people fast, how everybody gets in on the, you know, the conversations just flow. It's just this flow, like somebody said inside of one of the comments. I mean, the flow is just so divine that, you know, yeah, the egos come in. I see people getting a little pissy because they want to get there, you know, want to be heard. You know, everyone wants to be heard, which is fine. But you know, we show love to everybody. We, you know, we try to accommodate everyone because everybody's coming. You know, the story, there's 1,000 stories, but there's only one truth, man. You're in the present, the moment, dealing with you are, or the I am, or just the I. And you're golden to me, man. Gold is.
Yeah, well, and that's, I mean, this is what people fail to recognize, that there is no the truth except our own truth, and that is being impeccable with your word, being authentic. You have an authenticity, a genuine self, and you own your shit. That's it. That's where impeccability with your word. Now, other people may argue, disagree, tell you you're wrong. You're ga, fuck you. Okay, my truth. Okay, this is my matrix, my truth.
Yep.
And you don't have to like it. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to ride with me. You don't have to sit next to me. You don't have to give me shit.
Of course.
You know.
Yep.
Not required.
You know.
But if we can commune, awesome. You know, I'm happy to commune with people. I am, always.
Yeah, and we've got to remember we're in social media. So social, you know, and then the whole terminology of being right, and you know, falling into the bullshit story or being right or being logical, and it's social media. So we connect and we get in like we fit in, and we, you know, we have fun. Have fun.
Well, here's what I've learned, Brian.
Yeah.
There is a right, there is a wrong, there's a right, there's a left. But even though you may be righteously right about whatever you righteously think you're right about, you may be fucking incorrect.
Tommy.
Now, it's okay if that's your truth and you want to live in that truth, but if you impose that truth and make it the absolute truth that other people have to accept, or you're gonna like slug them, fuck you. What the fuck?
Yo.
Own the shit you have. If people don't own their own shit,
Oh man,
they're just full of shit. Period. They're full of shit.
oh, it is. Animize that. Say what you say again.
Animize that shit.
There you go.
Gotta animize that shit.
That's right. Right. That's right.
And that is one of my seminars. You gotta animize that shit. That's mine. I own that shit.
There you go.
You gotta animize that shit. Know it.
Right. That's right.
Seminar 101. Sign up today.
There you go. There you go. Man, hey, you got lots of stuff on, man.
Hey, are you tired of being full of shit? Have you been like getting mentally constipated? Is your heart hardening? Like it's just like these turds that are like freezing up and you can't move anything? Well, maybe you might want to sign up for, you want to animize that shit. You want to animize that shit. You want to animize that shit.
Yeah. There you go.
Master Class 101.
Yeah.
Let's go there,
Are you tired?
Hey, to me, I'm just having fun, okay? I can't take my shit too serious.
Right.
I mean, I can't take this shit serious at all. The whole fucking thing's a joke to me. Life is a joke.
Yeah.
It's a
joke.
joke.
I take it serious A, serious B. I'm out there. People know this about me. I've been transcending since I was a little kid. I used to meditate when I was 6 years old in first grade, but that's what got me into drawing and things like that, and writing and doing rap and poetry. I've always had like a little personality. It's never been that for me. So I've been called happy-go-lucky, and I've been called whatever. But hey, I got my shit done. And it's just life is just that beautiful, man. It's just the ride we gotta go on, and it's just so much living to do. This thing, I always say that the colon opens up the color. Open the colon, you'll open the color, because your colon absorbs a lot of minerals, and they're inorganic. And I had that argument with somebody. No, they're organic. There's the minerals that kind of open the blinders so you see the light of day. And it's easy to get caught up in trying to open the blinds prematurely. So people go around, they're duping themselves in the health food store, they're buying these things, but your blinders aren't up. You're putting minerals in, but they ain't doing shit. So you gotta be able to just open up properly and then close down shop properly. Get that colon going, get that kidney going, get that liver flowing. Now you're rocking. You're rocking with the best.
Well, like Eddie Murphy did in Raw or Delirious. He went, see this is the inside of my colon. It's the key to happiness, a clean colon. This is the inside of my colon right here. That shit was hilarious. The key is a clean colon.
Yeah. In Hollywood, they be doing all of this stuff, but they don't want people to know that they're doing it. I see people
no, of course
losing
not.
a lot of weight. Remember in the Inquirer, you always saw people losing a lot of weight. They'd be like, what the hell's wrong? The paparazzi shoot, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Nicole Richie or Drew Barrymore or somebody really, really skinny. And maybe there might be some anorexics and some bulimic issues. But how do we know that some of those weren't people doing urine fasts, doing water fasts, doing veganism, fruitarianism to the nth power, and really cleansing? Because that's like they don't age. And it's said that a lot of the you know, in the Gary Ward tapes, it says that a lot of the actors, like the African American actors, I don't like that term African American. I just like black, but we're not black. Whatever. So a lot of them use some urine to like keep their skin lightened. You know, me, I'm trying to be black. I'm trying to be fucking sunspot. So I'm getting that sun in early. I'm getting that 12 o'clock sun. Anyway, I know.
Wait a minute. Wait right there, Brian.
Yeah.
You're black. You're black.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta run with that one. I'll come back to you.
I fucking had no clue.
Yeah, you know.
I just thought you were my brother from another mother.
Hey, that's the race theory. There is no race. There actually is no race. There really isn't. Because guess what? Landmass is territorialism. You know, the territories are separated. So guess what? The sun hits at different angles. So different foods grow on different lands, and the sun comes at different angles. So the salts in the tissue grow in a different fashion. So even in the England and Ireland and Scotland and Poland, you can see people looking alike, but then you can see the distinctions. Or even in Jamaica, Haiti, Trinidad, or Venezuela, you can see the distinctions because all of the land masses get different minerals and different fruits and nutrients in a certain way. Which is why when you look at the Something Is Well book, but he tells you that a person from the Pacific Islands can eat coconuts and a person from Scotland can eat milk because they've been the body's been adapted a certain way. So either there 8 races, like to say, or there's 100 million because no two of us are alike at all. So they can get people, you know, fight over that theory, just like the division with the religions and the clubs and I don't know, the baseball team and the football team and I don't know, man. There's so much shit that people can.
Well, and that's what I was talking about before, bro. With the competition, okay, it's all a part of the conquer of dividing, okay? Divide and conquer, divide and conquer, divide and conquer. Okay, so we're programmed into that, and that's all competition is to keep dividing us. That's the whole name of the game. Keep a division among the people. Keep them fighting amongst themselves. You know, kill each other over a fucking jersey or a pair of tennis shoes.
Yeah.
I mean, that shit is warped and psycho.
It's crazy.
But it's real.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You know, hate the blacks, hate the whites, hate the gays, hate the old, hate the young, you know, all these young, you know, I mean, what? You know, I mean, what? And I mean, really look around, you know, most people haven't got a clue of who they hate. Their xenophobic ways, their belief systems have them so fucking wedged into a corner, they wouldn't even know what the difference is. They wouldn't even know. Now, I have a poem. I wrote a poem called I Am. Now, I wrote this back in early 2000, maybe 2 or 3, and it's actually was published in a book of poems. I won a contest. They published it.
Nice.
But the first stanza, it goes, I am Christian. I am Jew. I am Muslim. How about you? It just starts there. Because it's always about the opposite, the opposition.
Yeah.
And why we're always looking at the opposition rather than the collective. We're looking at the competition instead of the cooperative. We're looking at the win-lose instead of the win-win. We're looking for problems, reactions instead of solutions. This is by design. It's all by design. And if people don't fucking figure this out, sooner or later, they're going to live consistently in a delusioned misery because they're never going to get what they want. They're going to eat their pizza and root for their home team, and they're either going to be excited because they won or they're going to be disappointed because they lost. And they may go home and kick the cat or slap the wife.
Yeah, it's too much.
It's a crazy culture, man. This is induced. And pee drinking frees us from it. And that's why I love the pee drinking, man. Pee drinking helps people discover self-love. I know it did for me, and I've heard it from others, so I know I'm not alone. I mean, it's going to show you how to love yourself more than anything else you can do. Start drinking your pee. You're going to find out how much you love yourself.
Right. And the pee, here's the interesting thing. The pee is such a lovely conduit because it still goes down to you. Like when you drink it and you're doing what you're doing, there is no nothing. Nothing and something. Something didn't come out of nothing. There is a it's like it's electricity, it's live electricity. But every electrical circuit has to have an endpoint, it has to have a beginning point. There has to be a terminal. And what are we putting in our terminals? What are we doing to our terminals? If you program your terminal with negative thoughts, of course, you're gonna pee more. You know, all these colloquialisms aren't false. You know, you're pissing me off. You're you know, I like Gerald Roth's terminology with pistivity and all these things and whatever. It's like all of these colloquialisms are real. So if a person is poisoning themselves, well, obviously you can't do the pee. You can do the pee, but you got to do less of the poison. The medical, pharmaceutical, food, whatever. The pee is so intelligent, it trains you to do less of the poisons. Less of whatever.
Well,
Less of
the
everything.
thing is, Brian, the thing is that actually, the more you actually do it, it's your natural barometer because it's your own perfect medicine. You get to start tasting, experiencing, recognizing, especially as you loop more and more and more. And now, this is again a point I would like to make is that mostly I'm a liquidarian. That's what I mostly do. I loop a lot of pee, a lot. I spray a lot of my body. I put a lot of aged on my body. So I'm pee induced. But I drink my morning coffee and I drink some beers. I
Mm-hmm.
may drink other shit too.
Yeah.
But here's the point I want to make that by the time I get past my second loop, almost always, doesn't matter, my pee tastes like sweet water.
Mm-hmm.
Just doesn't matter. If I had coffee with artificial creamer, if I had beer, if I smoked my cigarettes, my pee tastes like fucking sweet water. And it's like that for the rest of the day. So that's the point I want to make about all this. People get hung up like, well, I can't do it because this, that, and the other. Start doing it, and you'll start realizing the shit you want to let go of. The more you drink your pee, the more you're going to recognize what you want to let go of, what's not working for you. It's your perfect barometer, your perfect medicine. Your pee, pee is a perfect equalizer to figure out how you're going to live your most balanced life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It takes you to the next level of everything.
Take you to the next level of everything. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to shift your gears like nothing ever shifted your gears before.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The very
I
first.
love that part about it. I'm in for life, man. I mean, I didn't do this as a hobby. I didn't do this to, join an cult. Oh, I thought I'd join the pea drinker cult because they all seem so weird. Nah, man. I'm all about the healing. That's what I'm in for. I'm in for the fucking healing, man. And I'm down with it. I tell you what, man, the practitionering I'm doing these days is off the fucking hook. I'm doing 5 and 6 hours a day. Now, I used to hear Monica talk about that, Monica Shu, Chonga Charanga. I hear, oh yeah, I'm doing like 6 hours, and I'm going, who has that kind of fucking time? I'm making that kind of time now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making that kind of time because I was forced to. My skin was messed up. My wrist was messed up. My hip was messed up. I was forced into a practitionering, and now this is what I've discovered. Okay, it's not just body rubbing, aged urine, it's a self-healing massage. You're doing self-healing massage. So taking it out of the context, oh, I'm just doing body rubbing. And now what I'm doing is self-healing massage. So how long is that going to take? I don't know. What's a good massage take? How long does a good massage take? An hour?
An hour.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just shifting the context of how I perceive my approach to my urine therapy. and it's effortless now. The spritzers during these hot, humid days,
Oh,
man, that spritzer full of fresh pea and peppermint feels and smells great. It's awesome.
it is awesome. And I don't even worry about
I,
the weather.
I spritz it on me head to toe, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, just over and over, man. I just spritz it all over me. Today, I pulled out my cot because I've been like really doing a lot of sunbathing, a lot of sun gazing. And so a good portion of my body is getting a lot of that sun absorption. But my butt, I've been sitting in chairs, is lily white.
No,
My
no.
butt is so white.
Your arse is white? Oh, I didn't
My
say that.
arse is
Your arse
white.
is white? I'll be right back.
So I pulled out my cot today, man, and I'm laying on my belly, man. I figure I got to start doing a little more rotisserie work.
Oh, yeah. They, what's his name? Dr. Robert Kassar does that. He does like a rotisserie. You know, he's the cut up guy who does the stuff with like getting the parasites out. I love him for that. You know, I used to talk to Dr. Robert Kassar, and he does this thing where you can go outside. Of course, like they don't really talk about the pee therapy, but they'll put the coconut oil and they'll do the gua sha technique, and then they'll heat, you know, either in a firewalk, or they'll be around the barbecue and just turn yourself around. You're rotisserie yourself. You're like at the luau and getting all the toxins out because they can't stand, you know, they can't stand, you're exposing them to a fake hell and they're coming out dying because it's receiving this heat and it's receiving this goodness. It's light and heat, just bam, getting that out of there. And the pee, I noticed when it comes, like you said, how it gets clear, how by about like I had this whole timing thing. I let go of the timing mechanisms, but I still like using it. But it seems to me that our hours of inspiration, when we wake up and 3, 4, 5 o'clock, and that DMT was firing off inside of our heads, and we get that first drink, and then we loop. By about 11 o'clock, it gets clear. 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, anytime there. It gets clear in the morning. And that's when the brain starts, the light bulb, like the comic, like the cartoons, the light bulbs just start going out. For me, it does, because I think that the clear stuff is like the hydrogen rocket ships we used to play with when we were kids. It makes the stuff jump up in the air, and then you're like, wow. It's just pretty automatic. And then if I need to sleep,
No, that's what I say every morning, usually by the third loop.
Yeah.
Generally, by the third loop, it's sweet water.
Yeah.
It's just sweet water.
Yeah, man.
It has no salty. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I love it like that because I'm just hydrating myself with myself, self on self.
That's right. It's pretty awesome doing with the peppermint too, like you said, man.
It helps keeps the bugs off. That's why I do it. The peppermint helps. Yeah, and I just bought this little kit today because I could have bought 2 bottles of essential oil, which I was looking at like $5 a piece. Okay. But this one had 3 bottles for the same price, $10. And it has eucalyptus, and it has the peppermint, and it has the tea tree.
Right.
Okay, and all of these are bug repellents.
Yeah.
They just naturally don't like the scent, right? And so I just use fresh pea, put that shit in there, spritz and spray, and you can hear the flies buzzing. They'll be buzzing around, but they're not landing on me.
They repel. They come close, and they run away.
Yeah, they come in and they go, "Oh man, bail!"
It's like like Cobra Commander. Retreat! They're gone. They're gone.
Now it's something I was discovering yesterday too. When I'm in my aged urine sit bath. Now this shit is potent. Make no mistake about this. I mean, I got 45. My guess is probably 40 gallons inside this freezer.
Wow.
And it just gets more pungent and more potent. Okay. Now, some people would find that to be like repulsive, like you're going to keep using it. And I go, I will never fucking flush it.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Even when I move on, I'm going to put that shit back in the 6-gallon containers that I have and move that shit around. You know why? Because number one, I can. But more importantly, the shit gets more potent.
Yeah.
It gets more powerful. Now, until you do this shit, people don't understand. You know, they may have their little bottle of aged urine. Yeah, I got my quart jars and shit. I saved up 60 fucking gallons.
Nice.
60 gallons.
Nice.
And I constantly, I'm a pee factory, man. I pump pee. I mean, there's only so many loops I can do in a fucking day. I drink a half gallon, 3 liters. I'm into 4 liters. It's time to start saving. I can't drink anymore, man. I'm peeing every fucking 15 minutes. It's crazy. So, this shit's for real, bro. I'm serious about this stuff. You know, what I got in that freezer, that is the life force. Big time. That shit is life force.
Yeah.
It's so powerful.
Really is.
And it just ferments just like a good wine or beer. It grows. It has a life of its own.
Yeah.
A live organism. It's awesome.
It's so now you freeze them, and I've done that too. What I used to do, I still do it, is I freeze it, and then after a nice
No, I'm not talking about freezing it, bro.
this is
I
what I'm
have
talking
a
about.
freezer.
But this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what
Oh, okay. I just so we clarify those 2 points.
well,
Because I've never freezed it. I never actually freezed any
well, let me
pee.
tell you then. This is amazing because
Oh, good. Yeah, I'd like to hear
freeze
this.
it, and it has a cryogenic effect. It's cryogenic. So you want the effect of like doping. When you're doping, people take the blood out and put it in. But guess what? Isn't the pee our blood? The removal of the red blood cell and the bilirubin, that is the perfect tool to dope with. You take that, and then let's say you work out. You drink that, man, you put that shit in ice cubes, and you can even look at the fractal designs in it because distilled water and urine make nice designs when you put it in the freezer. So
Yeah. Well, that was Dr. Emoto, too, with his urine, with his water experiments.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, and how it crystallizes and how it takes on its own energy based on the environment.
Yeah.
And I imagine pee does exactly in a living organism. It responds.
Well, remember, it's you. And, you know, our DNA, whether we're shedding our hair, we're cutting our nails, we're growing skin because we're like snakes. The snake, which I got to shout out my boy Will, you know, he basically tells me how the snake is a very smart animal. It's on the ground. It knows the earth, but, you know, the ability to get rid of skin like we do. We shed our DNA so many places, but there's so much irresponsibility behind it. You know, that's why you see the ancient ones, like the guy that lived like 256 years. He grew his nails. He had these long, long nails and long hair because he was being responsible with his DNA. Now, we're being responsible with our pee because that is our whole essence. And you talking about snapshots of your profile on your liver, lungs, blood, you know, your plasma, everything. And you're recapturing it and you're building a better you. When you put that prana out there, you're capturing the whole, it's like the world's breath, you know. It gives you the whole perspective and it starts to reformulate you in a really powerful way. Really, really powerful. So when you make it cold, it's like closing a door. I call it opening the door and closing the door. So at night we get more alkaline. And the ability for us to get more alkaline is us, you know, sleep is the cousin of death, but we want to go to sleep. We want to be, you know, our temperature in our body is down. We're able to sleep and lower create the hormones. The serotonin is down, but the melatonin is up. When we're depressed, what do they say when you're depressed? Why are you so down? So when we're tired and we try to wake up or we try to stay awake, what do? We yawn. We open up. And we're doing this thing so unconsciously. So it's making me wonder, what is a sneeze? A sneeze is, I don't know. that's when if anybody in the audience, anybody can tell me what a sneeze exactly is. I know it is a allergic reaction to something, or the body's ability to remove infection or something like that. But there's something pretty magical about everything we do. We're open and closing.
Well, you know, what my perception of a sneeze is one of the best rushes I can get.
Mm-hmm.
I love a sneeze. I mean that in the sincerest way. As far back as I can remember, there's just something about it. It's just like such a rush.
Yeah.
You know, there's just, I mean, it just opens up so many different avenues, you know, within the whole mind or the head, in the head. You know, it just has such a, positive, but violent. I mean, sneezes are violent. I mean, you close your eyes, you know, you lose your sensibility for a
Yeah.
moment. A lot happens in a sneeze.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I love the rush. I mean, to me, it's just like an amazing rush.
Yeah.
I
Really.
love it.
You know, this
Yeah.
body we're in is really, really, really intelligent, and how it just responds is like something you said about opposites, and you know how when you have something that's appearing white in the tissue, it comes out as an alkalinity. Well, that's basically what cancer is. It's a very alkaline substrate material that forms when body's trying to heal itself. And all diseases are nothing but the body's attempt to heal itself. So when you go to a hospital and they give you the sideshow Bob treatment of medications and this and that and the other, it's really a joke to me. And it's sad that people take this joke serious. So it's times to be serious and there's times to not be serious. Well, a hospital is a time where you should not be serious. You should not even consider. Of course, the hands of medicine will help you if your arm gets cut off and you get shot, or maybe if you get poisoned. Of course, we can do that ourselves. But that's the time there, God is doing his miracles, or whoever, the creator, the divine, is doing their miracles inside your body, while these clowns are just putting these medications and dumping this shit inside of you that will make, it's a sidebar. It's a sidebar. People program themselves to get, doped. And then there's all these court cases, there's all these races for cures, and there's all these issues where people want to go against the hospitals or go into hospitals. Then when you start telling people how to do things, you could be a doctor and get a malpractice suit, or you could be a nurse fired from your job, or you could be like me, seems like half their family get sick and die because you don't want to give me the truth. You want people to go masquerading and not doing the right thing for their body. Okay, so my father, he even cured his cancer. He won't drink his urine, but and he calls me the Morage Desai, which is funny. But he cured his cancer with veganism. And it's just pretty amazing that he went against what the doctor says. And he himself was in the nursing profession for over 40 years. So to see him heal from getting away from things, getting rid of things is just such a powerful testament that we don't need that. We don't need any of that. We have our own toolbox. We have our own medicine cabinet right right on us.
And less is more.
Less is more.
I mean, it doesn't matter what it is.
Mm-mm.
The less you have, the less you do, the more powerful you become.
Yeah.
It just is innately true. And I don't care if it's about consumption or thoughts or emotions, or obsessions. The more you do this shit, the more you end up damaging yourself overall. People don't understand that you can actually do less and have more.
Yeah.
You can own less and have more. You can be less and be more. These are actual things that you can experience.
Exactly.
It's not crazy, even though people think, oh, you just have no ambition. Are you fucking kidding me? I've had so many careers. I've had more careers than most people are age old.
Mm.
So tell me about ambition. Decorated, having to prove something, having to have an agenda. And where that all got me? Sick and fucking tired. Where my body was falling apart. Where I became a monster of my own midway. A prisoner of my own mindset.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And until I looked at that seriously,
mm-hmm.
nothing was going to change. And so now I strip it. I strip it
Mm.
and I strip it. Less is more. Minimalize it.
Yeah.
On not over consuming, not overdoing, not over having. If you want an abundance of anything, be an abundance of being. Beingness. Being. That's BEING. Being. Have an abundance of being. Give that one on for a try and see what happens next. Think
Yeah.
about it.
So then,
Imagine that.
so right. So, and it's funny, like how it plays out, because if less is more, then we get more of something else. So then less is actually more because you're stretching out your lifespan. And let's say eating, you eat less, but you live longer. So then you get to eat more over
Yeah.
time. And you have time to indulge and chill out and have fun, which is what it's about. But, you know,
Well, and that's the beauty. I mean, this is the real beauty of dry fasting or looping or eating one meal a day or, being more fruitarian, whatever. I mean, all of these things are joyous, and I don't make any bone about that. I am a fruitarian, by my basic nature. I mean,
right.
I could solely sustain on bananas and avocados and oranges, and I could be completely fucking contained. Nothing more. I mean, even, and I could live without those too, but I mean, out of fruit of preference, those three, I could do it. Oranges, avocados, bananas.
Yeah.
Effortless.
Yeah. They're a
Really.
big thing on mono eating and stuff like that, which is good. You know, these things are good. Eating. Well, the word eat.
I like to eat.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing, is that I enjoy it. Okay, I was a professional chef. I enjoy
Oh, yeah.
I like the joy of cooking. And
Mm.
so for me to walk away from it completely, now, I could do it if I had to. If all the sources were gone, there's no food, there's no water, there's no nothing. Could I just live on my pee and breath alone? I believe I can.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
believe I can.
Yeah, this world pulls us out of so many beliefs because one time we were walking through walls and teleporting and speaking through telepathically, but you know when you create these things, you create societies and you create things like laws and rules and say you can't. Well, that word can't goes so far in the diaspora that it's crippling. And over time, it's like all momentum, how people become just your wish is my command. If I can't, then I won't. And I really can't. So over time, society just believed that the frequency dropped, and everybody just got more solid and more dense and more frigid in their ways, or it's not frigid, but the other word, more condensed in their ways. And next thing you know, your kid trying to run through that wall, you're hurting yourself because you can believe you fly in your dreams. I fly in my dreams till I was nearly 17 years old. Still having those dreams, and it's just amazing how you have to educate. You got to educate yourself. You got to become walking in line with the rest of the penguins. Be like that. Why don't you be like your cousin, the lawyer, or the doctor? As a matter of fact, we're going to sign you up for a doctoral course. You're smart enough to become a doctor. Why aren't you working? People have these fallacies on how you live, and I call it a death urge. I think death urge is the programming of society to make people just jump into a casket at 60, 65. You're turning 65. There's a lot of people that are your age that are tired, that are just, oh my God, I'm going to retire and I'm going to sit down and enjoy my money. And in 4 months, they're fucking dead. And it's just not
Yeah.
the way we're supposed to be, man. Life is too grand. Oh, I want to see something. Somebody asked about fermenting your veggies and fruits to grow. That was Kevin Tarrington. To grow the bacteria in your gut, and that's a pretty powerful thing to do. I know for a fact that we can. I think some people use kombuchas and some people use some probiotics, but if we can clean our guts properly, we have all of those things that can create the proper, the proper florification. Bacteria like florification. They like growth. You got to get those hairs to grow, the cilia inside of the intestines to start moving. The small intestines is what makes a lot of the minerals, the bacteria. There's colonies. There's ant farms and ant hills and beehives and all of that in there. So when you go and you sleep on your back at night, you sleep on your back and you ground overnight, you're going to allow those small intestine, the fermentation to take full hold, and your liver, as long as your liver is fully open, your liver is able to create the right stream for the body, because the liver is the irrigation factory, is the chemical, the processing plant. If the intestines are compromised, if there's a candida overflow, the liver's gonna say, hold up, chill out, time out. We gotta back up and just make some things happen here that we can't throw out all this information so that the blood can be processed in the small intestines, But a lot of people want to ground, and grounding is good, but you gotta make sure you ground and that you get on a good, you get that sun down for ground. I'm trying to figure out sun up for ground. I guess you could ground in the morning, but me, I'm trying to explode. I'm trying to be like out there, so I can't really ground.
I'm doing this actually for the first time, really for the first time in, I mean, I can't even think of when, probably since I was like almost a child, perhaps. But where I am right now, there is grass. Okay, and so I've been having more and more exposure and experience of being barefoot in the grass than I have for a real long time. And that grounding is really amazing. And getting up at 4 in the morning and just sitting there kind of baying at the moon, waiting for the birds to wake up. There is a dew level, which is distilled water by nature. And so the whole ground force, all the plant life, everything on the farm has the natural distilled water in grounding. And since we're electromagnetic fields, basically liquid conduits, so to speak, by having that experience of just having the feet on the ground, moon gazing at this point, and listening to crickets and absorbing nature in its purest form, there is a process of healing always. It's just so effortless.
Yeah.
And it's a great meditation for me. I mean, it's not for everybody. I don't do yoga. I don't do stretching. I don't go work out at the gym. I don't go running. I don't do any of that shit. But I can sit and listen to silence and trust and allow whatever is coming through to appear as it appears, whatever that is. And I never know.
Yeah.
I live in the moment, so I have no clue what's going to come through.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. And that water in the ground goes back to our whole, saying that we're completely dry, which is not true. We have water deep in ourselves. There's levels of water that it's called transpiration, and there's that dew that's on the plants. It's perfectly distilled. It comes from inside of the plant, so when it looks like it's sweating, if there's ever a fallout, got water right there, and you got your grounding material, and you've got all that beautiful prana in the air, and you'll hear the birds, like you said. Very, very, very nice energies to connect with. So when we're outside early, when that sun rises, we're getting it all in. It's pretty powerful stuff, man. It really is. It takes so much more into account when you're doing these things, and you're amongst people that are doing it. I love how everybody's doing their thing, and it's amazing to see. Some people are free, like in islands, and some people are chilling in Thailand with durians, and some people in Hawaii or Mexico. Some people are right in New York, right in the hood, And it's just it's amazing, and wherever we are, we can experience some level of these beautiful things, You know, this is life.
Well, this is something I learned a long time ago, bro. It doesn't matter where you go, there you are. It doesn't matter where you are, it's where you're at. And wherever you're at is where you better be okay. You know, and I live in a frame that my head is my only house when it rains. And so, in that nomadic sequencing, in that gypsy lifestyle, in my constant motion, in my constant change of, you know, life as it appears, I'm always okay in the best way, in my best ability. I'm not saying I've perfected fucking anything. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that no matter where I am, there I am. Doesn't matter where I go, just doesn't matter. You know, it's like somebody commented earlier about Town Studios. Town is wherever I am. I am in Town always. I am Town. I am Town.
It's interesting,
Figure
like
that one out.
yeah, it's like the president. They tell us that he's jumping on Air Force One. Air Force One is any damn plane he pleases. There's no Air Force One. It's just whatever he wants, decides to jump on is Air Force One. So, you know, and that's the technology we're in today, though, too. The way you have Town, you can have your you know, your office. I can have this laptop. I can take the office with me, and you can go into a beach as long as you got a signal. You can do all your work right there. You can be wherever you are, man. I know people want to come and visit you because they're looking for this solid place. It's like Wakanda with the Black Panther. You know, we were playing a joke when we were at work. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna send a whole bunch of people to Wakanda, man. I'm gonna get all these, you know, these guys that be coming to Harlem and want to take over Harlem. Yo, let's send them to Wakanda. There's lots of gold there, but it doesn't even exist. But it's really what you make it, man. You make paradise. This is heaven. This is earth, and then this crotch is hell. You know, although hell is where we make things, we make babies and things.
It's all perception, bro. It's nothing but perception. It's all it ever is. That's the matrix. It just depends on what we're focusing on. It doesn't matter. Wherever you go, there you are.
Yeah.
You could be living in paradise. You could be living in heaven, or you could be living in hell. You could be living in joy or living in misery. You could live in cause or effect, joy or hatred. You can, you know, I mean, it's all a perception.
Yeah.
It's all it ever is perception. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
People think it's too complicated. If only I was over there. If only I could do this. If only I could be that. Well, go ahead. Go there. Be that. The imagination's a powerful tool. We're the only species that have it.
Yeah.
Everything else relies on instincts, and most people don't know how to use their instincts any more than they know how to use their imagination. That's part of the problem. They're not using imagination or instincts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem.
It is a problem.
That's a problem.
You know, we are born
and
with some.
You're not going to find a solution, you know, dwelling in the same cesspool of mediocrity. That shit ain't going to happen. Batting at the breeze. Big time. You know what, Brian? I don't think I told you today how much I love you, brother.
Love you too.
But I love you dearly.
Right.
I love you big time, man. You know, I appreciate and value our friendship. I do. We talk a lot. People may or may not know this.
Right.
We've logged a lot of fucking hours, you know,
Yes,
in our brotherhood. And I appreciate you, man.
Cool.
Big time.
Yeah, man. Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's you know, what you're doing for the community is pretty, you know, it's pretty powerful, and you know, gotta give respect for that, because you know, this is a world that, you know, needs education, needs love, but it also needs a you know, an opening. You know, not how many people come into your lives and tell you about some of the things that you can do to promote your own health and your own well-being. You know, it's not many, and I think that we're in place to have a positive effect. Like a lot of people have had an effect, and we're following the traditions of a Gandhi and a Martin Luther King and these kind of people with no fucking fear. Fuck fear. It's really to take it to whoever and just be like, yo, I've had some battles, man. And I love it because it just makes me know that we're trying to do the right thing. We know where we're supposed to be and where things are supposed to go, and where what really needs healing. You know, I've seen people like Dr. Sebi promote the world possibility of healing, connecting to Mother Earth, which is another thing. Is it's just like you said about grounding. We're talking about grounding, connecting to Earth. The fucking laboratories will take things apart and hybridize and GMO and put glyphosates, and just disconnect. And then when people get sick, they wonder why. Everybody's disconnected. And they've got the whole mental issue of being disconnected. Bipolar, what is that? We're all bipolar by nature.
Yeah. And another label. Here's what most people don't realize. Okay, now this is just fact. Okay, I mean, you can go ahead and do your research, but most dis-ease is invented by psychologists primarily. And they get together and they come up with all sorts of syndromes, like nervous leg syndrome or this, that, or the other. They come up with names.
Mm-hmm.
And then they submit those names and concepts to the pharmaceutical companies, who then follow through and go, okay, we'll just put a different name on this drug or that drug or whatever. It's a fucking game. And humans are just a piece on the fucking board being moved around and played like a game piece. And people don't get it. And media supports it. It's all a design. It's all a design. Most people don't suffer from anything but delusional bullshit. That's what they suffer from. They're delusional about what's fucking happening in their life. Well, they haven't got a clue.
Yeah.
They just haven't got a clue.
Yeah. You're a victim to the program. Got to be programmed, or else,
Yeah. Hey, if you're not willing to program yourself, somebody else will gladly do it for you. If you're not willing to think for yourself, somebody will gladly step into that role.
Yeah. Yeah. We're all
always
been taught to be by default. So you get up, you get your mommy made your bacon, eggs, and pancakes, and daddy's getting ready for work, and the Channel 7 news is on with 1,000 drug commercials and telling you this terrorism's happening, this news is happening, this stock and bond is raising, this sports team won, this massacre, this fake flag, false flag happened. And, the brainwashing is real, and, people just want more conditioner. That's just the way it is. And then people are arguing over who's using Prel or who's using Woolite or whatever the fucking tradition, whatever it is. And, they've got the cycles continued so that people will still be caught up in that. But when you remove anything, it's a healing, Then you say, oh my God, 20, 30, 40 years I spent worrying about who was the president and what the cabinets were doing. You should have worried what was in your fucking medical cabinet.
Yeah. I mean, if you think your vote counts, I think George Carlin said it the best. People go, and I've heard this throughout my life. Oh, you don't vote. Oh, you don't vote. You don't have a voice. And I said, no, you vote. That's why you don't have a voice. George Carlin. I copped that from him.
Yeah.
So people get into the condition of the condition. They get compliant. They compromise. And they have no consideration about what they're choosing, because they don't want to make waves. They don't want to be politically incorrect. They don't want to upset mom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And, they'll pay for that shit over and over. That's no free meal, man. That's no free meal. That's no way out. That is a trap.
Mom.
That's a bottleneck.
Yeah.
That's a real trap.
Yeah. I got this blog, the fruitarianpotato.blogspot.com. I'm writing, I hope to finish it by the fall, but it's called The Fruitarian and the Potato. So it's really my struggle over the years with potato chips and French fries, but it's kind of a love-hate story, because I don't want it to be according to like how people just put a whole bunch of medical and scientific facts. I want it to be a real story. So I'm actually writing about, you know, it's fun things like how I, you know, potato goblin. It's almost like Wilson, the soccer ball on Castaway. Kind of like he's just there, you know, the potato's just there waiting for me to like to make them, or the bag of chips. You know, everyone has his struggle, and some of it kind of goes back to mom, because my mother grew up, lived in England for a while, so the chip thing was a big thing out there. And oh, there was one thing my mother used to make was fish and chips, and my mother could cook, so the crunch of it just does something to the DNA. When I did good in school, I got rewarded. We went to City Island where they had fish and chips and lobsters and shrimps, and the French fries were off the chain. And then we get McDonald's every now and then. So I look back on those things when I'm tempted to eat some barbecue potato chips, which has happened. Me and Teresa were joking about it, but it did happen not too long ago. I'm not perfect, and I don't plan on being perfect. But at the same time, I just love the science of how it happens. It's because of we're bringing back those memories of mom and grandma giving us a piece of cake. It's almost like a post-traumatic stress or just a reward system. But do we, you know, it's good to reward yourself. How you do it is up to, you know, the individual. But it's just really interesting to see how that played out. So I turned it into a long saga where I'm writing blogs on different facets of healing. So I'll talk about dry fasting on one. I'll talk about the methodology behind nutrition, which I don't even believe in nutrition. I don't even think nutrition is real. I think that we just have a periodic table. We got a bunch of elements that have different lines of action in the body and create certain forces, certain momentums to happen. So eating lunch, probably the greatest force of nature that you can put on your body. Not only is the sun at the highest point, but we're also 56% plant. And if you're 56% plant, then your body will resonate with certain foods, greens, and, you know, and hey, beautiful, there she is. She's watching me. So yeah, your body resonates with a lot of these structural things. And it turns out that the most periodic table elements are available during our photosynthesis point, which is about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. But everything has that photosynthetical point, which is cool because now you have an ability to absorb as you need.
With all that being said, my friend, while you were having your little dissertation about all that, I was drawing myself a fresh one.
Looks clear and golden.
And it's all totally prana chi, bro. And it is at high 2 o'clock in photosynthesis. And I am here's my lunch. Served fresh.
Yeah. I'm waiting for mine. I might have to eat something because I've been dry for the last few days. But
fresh lunch delivered.
Oh man, thoughts of salvation come within you. You know, we make all the elements. We make.
Oh man,
man, it's a. If I was supposed to have magnesium from a cow, then why haven't I drank milk since like 1997? My bones should be. I should be like this right now. It hasn't happened yet because we make the elements within us, and we have alkaline magnesium and we have acid magnesium, which are both good for us. All of the forms of magnesium, and not only that, but we also have 3,000 functions for magnesium in our cell. So, saying all that just means that, you know, why are they trying to sell us this stuff in a you know, in a health food store? And a health food store are some of the biggest scam artists that I've ever seen. Sometimes it takes for you to drink your tea to know. You gotta look and say, "Ooh, I don't need that whole aisle right there." I'll be walking in a damn store and I'll be skipping like 5 aisles, man. I'll go to the fruit section and that's it. You know, I mean, for my own good, life has gotten very easy because you can bypass so much bullshit that you know. People say, "Oh, how do you do that? That's so hard." No, it's really easy because I've simplified my life where I can focus on other things, better things. You know, I get on a plane I can't take my drink. I just drink up and then just go to the bathroom a few times. I'm good. You know, if I'm dry, even better, because now those damn metal detectors can pass right through you. They're not going to really affect anything because there's no solid material to pierce with the damn radiation. You know, a lot of these things are a lot of mythologies that they do to scare people, because, you know, even within the health people get industry, people get scared straight, and scared straight.
It's all tactics, bro.
Consumer
It's
tactics.
just tactics.
Yeah, you know.
And it's all for marketing.
Mm.
Even in the health food section, the GMO, the organic, the natural, you know, the this, that, and the other, those labels mean little.
Yeah.
By definition,
You know.
by requirement of what is allowed under definition on government standard.
Oh, yeah.
How they can label food, even if we're doing the best we can. Oh, I go out and I never buy any GMO. I never buy any gluten. I never buy this. I never buy that. I only buy organic. I only buy natural. I only buy this. I only buy that. And guess what? Look at the fucking regulation, the standards that are set in place in the Department of Agriculture, which controls the food system, and see how they are by definition, and tell me how fucking organic you are.
And then
go ahead and tell me about
it. Because it always makes me laugh. I say, "Oh my God, is it gluten free? Oh my God, it's no gluten.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, you got lutein, you got casein, you got lactose, you got all of these things. So one little thing, fibrin, I mean, all the things that the body disposes of poison, besides the things that are put into the water, medical waste, called water, tap water, groundwater. Hello. You know, it's such a racket they're running, and it's people just, and the programming is just, it's unreal. But to give people a couple of indications, like you said, the labeling is so false. What is a calorie anymore? I mean, heat. Oh, we got heat, man. We wake up in the morning. We let the friction work for us with that sunlight. You know, we drink a nice one, nice warm. It's warm to our body temperature. About 9 o'clock, our body is at the highest point of heat, because we're ready to go exercise. We can do our lymph. We can do our yoga. We do our walking, like you do your walking. Oh man. So, what is food? Somebody remind me. Oh yeah, something we learned to do. We learned to, you know, create a need, a demand for stuffing ourselves. You know, got these nice Thanksgiving and these Christmas and all these crazy pagan holidays. No, we can enjoy ourselves. We can feast and all of this stuff. But take it away. See how good you feel. You know.
Yeah. You know, again, we're back to less is more.
Yeah, less is more, and then more is less, because
you know, I mean, you know, it just seems to work in a perfect math equation in my mind.
Yeah.
You know, the less I own, the more wealth I possess. I really see it in that light, because I have more freedom. I don't have shit owning me. I have more mobility. I have more flexibility. I don't have to hang and, you know, worry about the mortgage or the insurance or the fucking maintenance or the this, that, and the other. And I live this way out of choice. A lot of people can never do what I do. You know, I know I'm a rare fucking bird. I do know that.
Remember what George Carlin,
but I'm a happy one.
Stuff? George Carlin had that
I'm
nice
a happy
bit about
bird.
stuff.
Yeah, I have no attachment. Yeah. None.
There's no need. And it's so
you know what, bro? I think we're coming up to about closure, because I'm still 45 minutes away or an hour away from even getting back to my computer to even start processing any of this. But I think we got it. I think we nailed it really good.
Yeah.
You know, compared to our first broadcast 6 months ago, I think we've come light years ahead.
I wasn't doing the electric boogaloo because it was cold and stuff like that. I even pissed on camera and drank it right there, but nobody knew. But I figured it was, you know, and for me back then, I'm not as bold as you are, but that was for me, that was an adventure, going in 7-Eleven away from my job.
Yeah.
You know, and being in the freezing cold. But it was cool, man. This was a blast, man.
Yeah. I love you dearly, man. It's been a joy to be with you again.
Oh man.
And so
My
again,
honor.
let's just remind people, you know, I'm going to have AK King next week. Anthony AK King is my guest next week. And we're going to talk a lot of symposium.
I want
He said,
everybody to show up.
I want to tell you a story, okay?
Yeah.
When I started this program,
Mm-hmm.
you know, 7 months ago, back in December,
Right.
I said, would you ever consider being a guest? And he said, well, you got to get your feet wet for a while. You know, and he told that to his aunt, you know, Sandy, when she started her show, you know, go ahead and get your feet wet for a while and then we'll talk about it. So I called him up, you know, a couple weeks ago and I just said, hey, man, you know, I was just thinking of you and I thought, you know, I'd like to just have you on and promote the symposium. You know, do you think I have my feet wet enough yet? And he goes, you want me to come on and talk about the symposium? He says, do you think I really want to do that?
Well, I'll talk about it. I wish everybody that's on this feed would show up at the symposium. I'm going to speak. WEEDU's going to speak. Rosalind Hanson's going to speak. Sandy Rogers, AK King, Brother Tim. I mean, everybody's going to be there. There's a lot of people signed up. You get to meet WEEDU, me, Rosalind. I mean, AK, we have the communion where we all go outside. You talk about some real energy going to connect, okay?
No, it's off the hook, man. I mean, I'm glad to be an alumni myself. I was glad to be in the first graduating class.
Oh, right on, man. Yeah.
You know, I mean, it was a unique and special event for those that attended.
Oh,
It was really an amazing bond.
oh,
Amazing.
This one's going to be bomb then. Bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking.
And it just keeps growing. It's a beautiful thing.
Oh, right on, brother.
So anyway, you know what? I told you yesterday I'm going to be heading out here in a week. I'm going to be heading towards Virginia, doing a little Northeast touring. I think we're going to do a hookup and a hug.
Cool.
I think we're in agreement about that, eh? When I shoot through New York. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm in here.
We actually get to meet live and in person before Vegas.
Cool.
That'd be way cool. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
WEEDU takes.
So I really appreciate your time, Bryan.
Yeah, man.
You know, as always, I love you dearly and all your information. You know, I really, you know how much I love you, bro.
Yeah, man.
I support you 100%.
Right on, brother. We're going to keep it fun.
And it's been a privilege.
Cool.
Yeah. So anyway, peace out, bro. And all love to you. And boom, y'all just been loved.
All right.
See you next time.
All right.
Have a beautiful, wonderful, marvelous day.
Y'all. Indeed.
Yeah. Ciao out. Bye-bye now.